Broadcom just announced an AI chipset that translates audio in real time. Meta is killing off the external Facebook like button. And Ford may not resume production of the F-150 Lightning. It's Tuesday, November 11th, and here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. Broadcom and a company called CAMB.AI are teaming up to bring on-device audio translation to a chipset. Now, this would allow devices that use the SoC to complete translation, dubbing, and audio description tasks without having to dip into the cloud. In other words, it could massively improve accessibility for consumers. The companies promise ultra-low latency and enhanced privacy, being that all processing is kept local to the user's device. The wireless bandwidth should also be drastically reduced. As for the audio description piece, there's a demo video of the tool being used on a clip from the film Ratatouille. The AI can be heard describing the scene in various languages, in addition to a written translation appearing on screen. Now, this looks incredibly useful, particularly for those with vision issues, but there is a major caveat. This is a tightly controlled clip with plenty of edits. We have no idea how this tech will work in a real-world scenario. Also, we don't know how accurate the information will be. It does feature a voice model that's already being used by organizations like NASCAR, Comcast, and Eurovision. The companies boast that this will enable on-device translation in over 150 languages. We don't know when these chips will begin showing up in TVs and other gadgets. The tech is in the testing phase for now, so it's going to be a while. Broadcom also recently teamed up with OpenAI to help the company manufacture its own chips. Next year, we'll see the end arrive for two of Facebook's external social plugins. The platform's like button and share button for third-party websites will be discontinued on February 10th. The blog post from Meta explained that site admins should not have to take any additional steps as a result of the change, although they can choose to remove the plugins before the discontinue date. Any remaining plugins will gracefully degrade, which sounds much more dramatic than what will actually happen, which is that they'll render as a 0x0 invisible element. Ending support for these features marks the end of an era for Meta and Facebook. External like and share buttons were introduced back in 2010. The tools were promoted as ways for sites to generate more traffic through the social network, which was a major way that people shared and saw articles at that time. The company's official line is that the plugins reflect an earlier era of web development, and their usage has naturally declined as the digital landscape has evolved. But Facebook also plays a much smaller role in the broader Meta business operation than it once did, and anecdotally, it's less common to see sites running only integrations with a single social network. The Wall Street Journal reported last week that Ford may be on the verge of sunsetting the F-150 Lightning truck. The model is an electric pickup truck and the best-selling one in the U.S., but the publication cited Ford execs who said the company would consider halting production completely on the F-150 Lightning. The auto brand said it would cut back on production last January due to slowing demand for the vehicles. At the time, Ford shuffled several of the workers who had been building the F-150 Lightning to build other auto models. Then, a fire this October at an aluminum plant supplying Ford led the company to pause production of the Lightning trucks. In Ford's third-quarter financial results, its Model E electric vehicle operation lost $1.4 billion and has lost $3.6 billion over the first 9 months of the year. Rather than projects such as the F-150 Lightning, Ford has hinted that it will shift strategy to work on smaller, more affordable electric vehicles based on its universal EV platform. Ford may not be the only manufacturer to ramp down its EV plans in the U.S., A federal tax credit of $7,500 for purchasing EVs was abruptly ended in September under the current administration's financial policies. After unveiling its latest EV models this week, Honda CEO Toshihiro Mibe spoke to Engadget about the potential long-term impact, saying, "With the Trump administration in place, we have a sense that maybe the EV growth has been moved back out by maybe 5 years or so into the future." Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Lawrence Bonk and Anna Washenko and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.